Yo, what's going on? How y'all feeling today? So, right now, there's stuff that I used to really dive really deep into a couple years ago, back in the day, and that had to deal with attraction, relationships, influencing. If I didn't say attraction, man. Seduction. Just everything that has to do with influencing and the mind. And what was so great about that time and era, if you were catching the videos at that time, man, there's a lot of gems. And I guess that's definitely one subject I am obsessed about. I'm infatuated about. I'm addicted to, because it's so fun. It's so beautiful, because when you really learn about influencing and the word seduction is very, I feel like it can rub people the wrong way. It can feel like you're doing something mischievous or something bad, but in other words, sales. It's everyone's selling something. You're selling yourself all the time. You're selling to other people. You're selling to you. It's so funny, bro. And one thing I've definitely learned about influencing and all that stuff, I've studied so much about it and really dove deeply into these concepts. And one thing I've learned about sales and influencing and seduction and attraction and all this stuff is that at the end of the day, it's not about you. And it sounds so backwards when you do study this. It sounds so backwards, because most people, when they come at it, they're like, man, I'm trying to build a company. How can I be the best salesman? I'm trying to convince someone to do something for me. I want someone to choose me instead of him. I want someone to choose me instead of her. I want somebody to do what I want to do first instead of second. You see, these are the things that we all on a daily basis have to come to an understanding, that we would like people to agree with us. We would like people to choose us at the end of the day. And one of the hardest things is to convince somebody to choose your idea. That idea could be a specific location that everyone's thinking about going. It could be someone selling water. It could be trying to get a raise at a job. It could be trying to get somebody to hire you. It could be trying to convince somebody that you're the best option for them. You see, all these things, it's a great mystery to some people. Some people have it naturally, so they don't know how to really explain what they're talking about, because they're naturals. I call these people naturals. There's plenty of naturals, but they can only get so far, because then they're not relying on principles. Everything's principles. A lot of things are principles. When you go into any field, any art form, any subject, anything, you're gonna understand that you can only get away with so much by just blindly doing it, just kind of like freehanding stuff, And when you want to do it at a high level, that's when you start to go, oh, okay, there's basics things I have to follow in order to achieve something at a high level. And one of the most potent things, and I'm gonna even say this, I'm gonna even get to this part. It's so potent, I think it defeats martial arts. I think it's so potent. If you get a black belt in communication, you can defeat somebody without laying one finger on them. You can help somebody without laying one finger on them. You could get someone to choose you through the art of communication. Now, there's levels. How do I know there's levels? I've been doing it for years. And the higher I keep going up levels of understanding about the mind and communication, the more I know it's not about me. And that is the single most hardest thing to understand about the mind, about the heart, about the soul, about the spirit. It's not about you. It's so simple to say. Like, when I say it out loud, I'm like, you know how many people heard this? You know how many people like can get a hint and be like, all right, but tomorrow or right now or this moment, I'm gonna start to change my mind and I'm gonna start being better at communication by focusing on other people. Now, as the day and time continues to go on, as the future comes or is already here, as it's moving, I'm starting to see everyone's becoming more narcissistic, more selfish, more indulged in what they think they want. And what that does, it ruins attraction, it ruins seduction, it ruins communication, it ruins the chance to understand how to be with someone. And it could just be platonically. When I say be with someone, it could be a friend. It doesn't even need to be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a mate. It could literally just be a friend. And to break it down, we're all social creatures. If we're all social creatures, the number one thing everyone wants is for everybody to understand them. That's the main problem. Everyone's like, I just want everyone to understand me. I want everything to go my way. I'm excited for this. These are my goals. These are my aspirations. This is how I think. If that sounds familiar, there's some medicine. There's some medicine. The medicine is empathy. The medicine is empathy. Become so empathetic to the point where you almost become so empathetic to the point where you really in your heart want to make everything about the other person. Now that right there, that is difficult. Your mind will block every chance of you not thinking about you. Every direction, every way you move, everything you're trying to do, that's what the mind tries to prevent. Because it's connected to this body. This body is for survival. This body wants to survive. The body wants to live. It's living. It's selfish. By nature, it's selfish. So what makes you think your thoughts aren't? One of the best keys to sales, business, friendships, partnerships, relationships, lovers, potential lovers, is empathy. Now, I could get somebody that's a natural empath, that's naturally empathetic. They could, oh my God, and it's usually on the girl side. Oh my God, you know, I try to make it all about him, and you're doing it wrong. Now you're losing yourself being empathetic. You're losing yourself being empathetic. It has to be a balance of knowing where you at and being grounded and having empathy and being empathetic to someone else without letting go of that balanced version of yourself, of that grounded version of yourself. It's almost like if you have a half empty cup and then try to fill someone else's cup. That's what a very empathetic, weak person visually may look like. If this was empty and someone had a complete empty one and I'm over here trying to pour into them and my joint's empty, already empty, that's what it looked like. Now you have someone that will have a whole full water bottle and someone's like, can I please just have some? They just do a little bit, just and that's all their attention and their heart and their mind and really is how much they really care about focusing on someone outside themselves, and that's how much they give. They just give a little drop. Now those people, they can still dominate and be very attractive, but it can only last for so long. I think I got into a point where I just don't care about myself. I just do not care about myself, dude. I don't care. I love myself so much. I'm in control. And I have a good relationship with God so much that why do I need to care about what I think? Why do I need to care about protecting my ego? That's the word. Why do I care about protecting my ego so much? I got to the point I don't even care. I don't even care. It's about you. Tell me about you. I know me so much. I know me so well. I know me so well. I'm tired of knowing about me. It's about you. How's life like for you? What you be going through? How do you view things? You challenge me by helping me see that I can look at something a different way. And all of us got gifts. All of us got something to sprinkle to somebody, help someone with. Someone could be very assertive. A person could have a very assertive character, but not be caring. And someone could teach them how to be caring. That person can learn from that. And a person could be very caring and miss how to be assertive. And those are the things that we kind of have to like swap and be like, hey, I need that from you. I need to learn how to be empathetic. I need to learn how to love better. I need to learn how to give more. I need to learn how to think about sometimes me first. Sometimes I need to learn how not to think about me first and to think about every option possible first. Sometimes I need to stop thinking about every option possible and make a move. You see, there's so many people that respond to life so differently and so consciously different. It's just like, that's the point of learning about somebody. But then again, how much do you allow the ego to keep interfering with the experience of life. Because you need your ego, you feel me? My ego, this is me. This is my character, you feel me? The way I dress, the way I look, the way I carry myself, I need this. This is a representation of me, so someone on the other side of this knows, okay, that's Jason. Okay, that's Jay. But then when I talk to people, they're not really talking to me. You see, I've been studying this for such a long time. It's just, I feel like sometimes what I say can go over somebody's head, because it's like you kind of have to be already a studier of life, a studier of human beings and their emotions and their habits and the whole spiel. But I don't want to make this video too long. So basically what I'm saying is work on empathy. If you suck at it, purposely work on it, and it's going to be difficult. Now, if you do naturally are very empathetic, I would definitely say learn how to use empathy, and learn how it shouldn't be able to use you. Learn how to use empathy, but don't allow empathy to control your life to where everybody's walking all over you. Now, when you get to that point, life is it becomes different. You can sit down with someone and they'll tell you about how their day went, and you don't need to take it with you. You could just be an ear. But I'm gonna say this: influence is in the realm of empathy. When you understand empathy, you understand the person you are trying to influence or convince. This is a small clip for this, so I don't want to make it long because I'm not about to go down to some heavy teachings about it. But empathy.